Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. I welcome all of you here this evening. This is kind of getting a routine thing. I'm kind of liking this, right? This is awesome. So, further ado, I would like to introduce to you our third place IHSA State Cheer Team. Come on in, girls. Stay standing. Stay standing. Come fill in the back row. Want to come on over there? All right. Fill in the back row. We got some room over here if we run out. Let's have you all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Right behind you, ladies. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Be seated. Like I said to all the parents, ladies, while you were getting lined up, I could get used to this. Every week, have a trophy ceremony. Why not? You know, this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. Ladies, I'd like to, and coaches, I'd like to thank you very much. This is our 29th state trophy as a school, so woo! I challenge the next team to get the 30th. I'm not sure who that'll be, but hopefully it'll come for us soon. I congratulate all of you for your team accomplishments this year. I hope you've enjoyed your season. I hope you've learned. I hope you've laughed, enjoyed. And I do want to compliment you for all your hard work throughout the season. You put in a ton of hours practicing those routines over and over again. I see you in the gym just doing it, and I just want to congratulate you on that. You know, it's amazing as I go to the state tournament. I'm sure you see this well, parents. Each year I go there. This is our 10th year as a cheer IHSA state tournament. The level of performances just get higher and higher, and the skills that you guys are throwing are just amazing. And so I'm going to congratulate you for raising the bar and staying up there, especially 2 years in a row. Amazing. Congratulations to you. I wrote a few things down in my paper because I just want to make sure I remembered everything, and the words that I wrote was team, crazy, fun, and focused. And I think that describes you guys, because when I was watching you the other night, Wednesday, as a team, you were crazy, having fun, singing, dancing, laughing. I think you were doing a little bit of Coach T bash that night or something. I'm not sure what was going on there, but you were having a lot of fun. You were being crazy and laughing with each other, fun. But boy, when you came to perform that Wednesday night and even over the weekend, you are focused. When it's time to work and perform, you bring it together so well as a team. So I really, really congratulate you, because it's not often teams can have that great balance, and you definitely have had that throughout the season, and it proves from the results that you had this year. So congratulations again. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our coaches too. They had the vision. They had the vision to return this year, and they had the motivation. I'm like, again, Wednesday, and I'm watching coaches yelling, come on, you can do it, to throw that back or back twist or whatever you were doing. Huge motivation. And so I know you had the vision, you have the passion, and you've been phenomenal leaders, inspirational leaders, and great role models for all of you here. So coaches, thank you very much for leading the way. As an athletic director, I got to say I'm very, very proud. All of you have represented your school, your families in front of you, and other outside, and your community so well. And to me, that means so much, that you have demonstrated such great skills and sportsmanship. So again, thank you for representing Equal Valley to the ultimate. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you. And at this time, I'd like to bring up our principal, Dr. McBride.
congratulations to you. You know?
And, can we give a big round of applause to Mrs. Barros? Because here's the thing is that, she'll work her way into my remarks, but, I don't think you can find a school in Illinois, maybe much less in the country, that's 18 years old, that has 29 state trophies in athletics, Grammys behind you. And those things don't happen accidentally, right? They don't happen unless there's a whole support system around these coaches and these athletes and parents. So could you give Barb Barros a big round of applause? And I just want to add my formal thanks, certainly to your coaches. I think, like I said to you guys when I asked you to gather around before you left, I always think going down to state is really a time to personalize your thanks and find a time individually and be specific about it. Don't be vague about it. Oh, thank you. But what do you have to be thankful for? In a really specific way, because what I know about teachers, and these two fine people are teachers, is teachers don't come here to hear the principal say great things about them. They come here for the gratification that comes from working with students. And if your life has been enhanced or enriched or changed in a way that you were coached, tell them, and tell them in a personal way. Likewise, I would really invite all of you to do the same thing for your parents, your grandparents, the people that have supported you. Take an inventory of who it is that supported you and bother to thank them in a very personal and a very specific way. It means more than you will ever know. It means a great deal to those people, but here's really the secret. It's a selfish thing because it'll feel great to you and you'll feel great thinking about it and you'll feel great about doing it. I also really want to take a moment just to thank all these fine folks, all the people that were in the stands. Some of them I barely recognized because they were fanatics. They were out of their minds, crazy, supportive parents, and we had the job of jacking you guys up when you got out there to give you as much energy as we could give you when you were in the finals. Could you give these guys a big round of applause? Let's applaud them. We can't do this alone at all. And then, also, what an amazing thing. I do think it's a really big deal. I want to quote someone who stood in about this same place when we had National Signing Day last week, who said something that's going to really stand out to me for a long time about high school athletics. And he said, it was Coach Joe Moreau, he stressed the importance of what's on the front of the jersey as opposed to what's on the back of the jersey. Now, that's not really a reference to your sport, because you don't, in your sport, put your names on the back of your jersey. But you do, on the front of your jersey, put the name Neuqua Valley. And that's what we learn when we compete, is that what's on the front of the jersey, representing your school, representing yourself, representing your community, representing your parents, your family, your classmates, whether they want you to or not, that puts you on a stage and makes you part of something bigger than yourself. And the older you'll get, you'll realize the thrill of that, the responsibility of that, the awesomeness of that, as you get older. So thank you for doing that for our school and for our very young school. So thank you very much. I'm very, very proud of you. And I always say this when I'm around women athletes. I can't tell you what it means to the McBride family. For me, I was unfortunately not able to bring the McBrideettes. They have stuff themselves. They're getting older. Go figure. They have basketball games and gymnastics events they've got to be at. But it's really a thrill. You might wonder why we're at, conference. It's a thrill for me to put my young women in my household who are daughters in front of young women like you who are doing great, great things. You're a role model to them too. It's one of the perks of the job. Wow, 4 trips to the finals, 2 times to the podium. That's a big deal in a very competitive state. And I guess one of the things I want to share with you the most is a little bit of gratitude for unseen acts. Can we just dig in for a little bit of gratitude of unseen acts? Now, it's kind of strange to say that about this sport because it's, in some ways, all about visuals. You have judges. I can't imagine what it's like when you step out and all those eyes are on you. It seems like it's 1,000 eyes looking at every inch of you. That would just so intimidate me, right? Sia wouldn't be able to handle it, if you want the cultural reference, somebody who sings in a corner. But it's all about the visual, right? And it's certainly about the performance, and it's certainly about the balance, and it's certainly about the ability, and it's certainly about your strength and your flexibility and your coordination as a team, okay? It's a very visual sport. It's also a sport that gives you a lot of props for just fierceness and appearance, and sometimes just the appearance of confidence, even if you don't have it, right? And then take a look at a trophy. A trophy is what we do in schools and athletics that becomes the most visible representation of what you accomplished. And I think all of that is about something that we have as human beings, that unless we see it, we don't believe it. Unless we see it, we don't believe it. And so often we really believe it and we really acknowledge the things that we see. And we saw amazing things, no doubt. No doubt we saw amazing things from you really all season. But could we just pause for a moment in all of our minds about what we didn't see, what went unseen? Those interior spaces of your own expectations, those interior spaces in your mind when you might have been down, when you might have a reason not to continue on, those interior spaces where you worked through maybe your own limits as an athlete, those interior spaces when you felt joy, when you felt pain, when you felt a thrill, when you felt anger, those interior spaces in your parents' heads that they filled with expectations of you as their children, all of those unseen efforts to be here, 1,000 different times that you said no to one thing you could have done because you were committed to this thing, we'll never, ever, ever, never be able to account for 1,000 unseen acts by this group of young women, by this group of parents, by these coaches. We'll never be able to account for it. No trophy will ever help us visualize it. But visualize it in your hearts. Take stock of it in your hearts. Feel it, soak it in, make it real. Years from now, where this trophy might gather dust here at Neuqua Valley High School, what I hope is in your heart is gratitude for 1,000 unseen things this season that we can't even name. Put that in your heart. Will you do that for me? I hope you do, because I think when you put it in your heart, it's going to give you a tremendous amount of joy about what you accomplished. You won't need to see it. You won't need to have a medal to feel it, and feel it in yourself, okay? I am very proud of all of you. I'm very proud of your coaches. I'm very proud of every single one of these athletes. I'm proud of you as a group of parents and human beings, you know, just being there up in the stands and supporting these young ladies. So my hat is off to you, and I'm very grateful that I'm here accepting this trophy on behalf of our school and our community. Thanks so much. You guys are the best. Congratulations.
Come on, dynamic duo. We're just gonna tackle this together since we're the dynamic duo and we do everything together. Honestly, I cannot believe that we are standing here again 2 years in a row. Like Ms. Barrow said, you guys saw the competition. You guys see what these girls are up against as far as competition-wise. And every year, it just gets tougher and tougher, like she said. And, you know, I had the paper interview me today, and one of the questions was, did you feel pressure going into this season? And I think I can honestly say that, yeah, I mean, we came off such a high last season, and we lost so many seniors, and I think we took everyone by surprise. I think the Wildcat just kind of snuck in there and took people by surprise last year. And so I know that when we started off the season, we were kind of questioning ourselves, like, do you think we can do it again? Do you think we were a one-hit wonder type of thing? No. I mean, the dynasty continues. And I think, after we started having tryouts and stuff, it definitely wasn't as easy as it was last year. We had a lot more raw talent this year than we had last year, but the pieces began to fit together. We didn't win every single competition like we did last year, but even the competitions where we had mistakes or we had deductions, I think it finally began to hit us like, hey, we are as good. The judges are telling us we're as good. Like, we just need to almost believe that we're as good as we were, if not even better than last year. And I think just from there, consistency, that was our message. Consistency was key. We wanted to be the most consistent team. I still think we're one of the most consistent teams in the entire state even just the past 2 years. And we always said, if we hit the rest will fall into its place. The only thing we can ask you is to hit. And even, I mean, 5th place must be our lucky place going into day 2. I'm going to be nervous the day that we are not in 5th place going into day 2. So when we went back to the hotel, you know, we had our kumbaya session and we had our, you know, a little bit of this is what needs to change for tomorrow type of talk. But the one thing that I told them was, we don't care what place you end up with tomorrow, as long as you guys go out there and honestly can say that you gave everything out on that mat. If you get off that floor tomorrow and you say, I did everything that I was supposed to do to my best ability, we don't care if we come in 10th place. And sure enough, the girls reminded each other before we go out, you guys know, as soon as you get it back into that warm-up room, T's gonna ask you, did you give it your all? We didn't want to hear one person say, no, I wish I would have done this a little bit tighter, or I wish I was louder, or I wish I did this. I mean, after that performance, we got back into that room. One of the singers, I don't even remember which one, I think Carly said, okay, you guys, you know T's gonna ask, did you give it your all? And the answer was yes. And it kind of like the message we've been saying all season, you hit, the rest will fall into its place. I mean, after that performance, I don't think there was a doubt in our mind that we podiumed. We didn't know what place we would get, but we were like 99.9% sure we were getting back on that podium this year. Correct?
Yeah. I'll try to keep it short. First of all, I want to let everybody know my shirt is dedicated to Dr. McBride because he loves animal print. I don't know, like honestly, this season was a whirlwind for us. Like T said, it took us a lot to. Like last year, it was like clear cut. Like we knew who our people were. We knew who was going to make varsity. We knew we would have 22. Like it was a clear cut. Like it was a very hard right from the get go from tryouts. We had to make some very tough decisions. And obviously, you know, it's not easy to please a group of girls. It's never going to be perfect. But we needed to do what's best for this program. I think that's why me and T work so well together. We do what's best for both ends of the program, both JV and varsity. We want both teams to be successful, and I think, for me, honestly, I think bronze means more to me than silver because we were so worried about being just a one-hit wonder last year, and I think everybody thought it was like just a magical year for us last year. We just came out of nowhere, and like for this program to honestly podium 2 years in a row, it just says something about our program. Like 3 years ago, some of the girls here were 10th place. And now, like, I have girls here that have podiumed 2 years. Like, our sophomores, they don't know what it feels like to not to get called for the podium.
They've never sat through the awards session watching everybody else walk across.
And for some of our seniors, they said, like, the first half of it was okay, and the second half of it was better for me. So I'm just really proud. Every day I honestly drive to Neuqua, and I love just the tradition here in academics and athletics. I thank God every day for putting me here. I thank the girls for putting up with me and T. We're spastastic. I thank the parents for supporting me and T even when they think it's not the best decision or when they think they might not agree with it, but they go along with it. And honestly, like this year, like me and T already said it, like we're gonna go in the tryouts just thinking like, trust us, because we've done it 2 years in a row. So just go with it. Like we know what we're doing. Like, I don't know. I'm just so blessed. Like I'm so happy. I'm so proud of these girls. Like, I don't think we got cheated. Everybody was like, are you guys like a little mad? We go, no, absolutely. Like one of my favorite moments of the weekend is so many people came up to me and was like, you guys received third place like it was first place. Like, and we couldn't have asked for better. These girls are so humble. Like to be as talented as they are, they get so much attention on social media and when they're out, and they never get cocky. They're so humble. They take it. They cheer on every team. One of the best things too was to see them go hug Lincoln Way North, who we beat out. Me and T didn't even tell them to do that. They just rushed to Lincoln Way North, who got fourth place in our division, and hugged them. They were so happy for Lockport, you know. I mean, Lincoln Way East went back to back, but you know, like they were amazing. You know, they were amazing. So we give credit when credit is due here. One of the most despised teams in our division walks up to us and says they don't talk to anybody else, but they say we want Neuqua to win. And I think for the past 2 years, like we've shown it. Like Neuqua's here to stay, and the expectation has like just T goes, oh my God, I feel sorry for the kids coming next year. They thought we were crazy this year. They go, getting a second trophy was the worst thing that could ever happen to this program. But seriously, I'm just so blessed. I want to thank Dr. McBride and Ms. Barrows and all the administration for supporting our program, for supporting us. They back me and T 100% whenever we have a difficult decision or whenever we need support. So a lot of cheerleading coaches can't say that, you know. We're just proud. Like, it's here to stay. Like, I think we are gonna get gold one day. We're working our way up to a state title, and these girls are just building it. We have 8 amazing seniors who have just, like, last year we thought we lost 8, but this year, like, these 8 are just, we're gonna miss them so much. The talent of these 8 seniors that we're losing across the board is just amazing. And all 8 of them have been incredible leaders. I want to give them a special round of applause, our seniors.
Yes, and we really, I think we kind of talk about this too, that, you know, you're going to have a good year when you've got a great group of seniors. We know that that's where it starts from. If they don't buy into what you're selling, then the rest of the team isn't going to buy into what you're selling. And these 8 seniors, I mean, they were just amazing this year. When we sat down to pick captains and we kind of went around the circle, you know, like these girls, they don't want to like write just a name down on a piece of paper. They want to sit there, they want to talk about pros, they want to, you know, be able to nominate people. And every single senior got nominated to be a captain. They had something positive to say about every single one of them. And so, I mean, I think after that, we kind of knew, like, you know, like that was the start of this is going to be a good season. You know you're going to have a good season when you've got a great group of seniors. And this year's seniors, like Brandon said, I mean, we're losing fulls, we're losing bases.
2 amazing flyers. We're going to miss you guys so much.
Yeah.
Like, on behalf of me and T, we couldn't thank everybody. We couldn't do it without all of you guys. Seriously, like, me and T are one unit. The girls follow suit. The parents follow suit. That's what makes a successful program. So I just want to thank everybody so much for supporting us. And I hope we just keep this going, like state then podium, you know, state then trophy ceremonies on Monday. I love it.
We're only missing one color.
Yeah. So the girls are already geared up, the returners for next year. Sue Strat gave us our words for next year. You know, we've been down this road. We've been here before. We've been down this road, silver, bronze, this year's gold. So we're going for gold next year. And it's no exception.
Brandon tells me on the bus ride home, he looks at me and he grabs me and he goes, T, I'm never getting off that podium. So I hope everybody at IHSA is ready.
Yeah, T texted me yesterday. She goes, what a lucky brat. She goes, you've been coaching high school for 2 years and you've gotten 2 trophies. She goes, some people are still waiting on their first one. And I don't take that lightly either. I'm very humbled by the experience here, and I'm very thankful about just being here a part of Neuqua Valley. I'm just happy, so thank you guys.
All right, before we depart today, I want to thank Lisa Trout. She's filming this evening, so thank you, Lisa. It's Neuqua, can I say it again? No. NeuquaTV.org. You can watch it in there, or have your relatives watch it too, okay? Thanks, Lisa, for being here. We appreciate it. Thanks to Dr. Fuhr that made these little keepsakes. There's some extra ones over on the table there by the sectional championship plaque. All right. So for the rest of the evening, please enjoy some punch and cookies, some time with each other, some opportunities to take some pictures with this wonderful trophy, and you can bring the plaque over. So use this time for good photo ops.
He names it Brandy the Bronze.
Brandy the Bronze, okay. And I'm hoping Goldie is coming next year. No pressure, ladies, no pressure. But I know from this point on, I can imagine the freshmen through our juniors are thinking, minds are already going about what we can do to work together to build for next year. So congratulations again, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity to have this trophy, another great medal for the school, and good luck the rest of the year. Thank you, parents, for being here.